I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this. No one's talking about college basketball right now. There's football about to start.
I've sent some texts.
I can assure you no one cares. There's football about to start, and we're in the middle of baseball season. College basketball is the furthest thing from an area of concern. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday morning to you all. Hope you all had a nice Monday. Me personally, I had a good one. I placed 4 bets. I won 3 of them. So picked up about, I think, 1.8 units, somewhere in there. The only loss I had was the Mets Guardians under. So I lost that one, but won the other 3. So nice momentum coming into this Tuesday. We got 15 games on the board. I think I only have 3 bets open at the moment. There's a lot of these that I feel like the price is pretty right on, including this first one. I like the Tigers, but I feel like minus 163 might be a little pricey. But as I've said several times, the Tigers lineup, now that Kerry Carpenter's back, this is a lineup I trust to get the right-handed pitching. I'm still down to fade the Tigers against lefties here and there. But in terms of right-handed pitching, I think this Detroit lineup is maybe not back to absolutely crushing the ball, but I think this is a lineup we can trust to score runs when there's a righty pitching on the other side. And Chris Paddock looked pretty good in his first start of the Tigers. The Twins certainly aren't hitting. They're in pack-it-up mode. So, it's not that I think the Tigers at minus 163 is a terrible bet, but my fair price for this game would probably be like minus 170. So, it's just not enough there for me to bet it. It would only be Tigers, though.
Yeah, you can just rinse and repeat everything that you said. If Zevi Matthews was even like somewhat competent over his last 3 starts, I mean, maybe you could like try to like have a conversation about the Twins, but he's just been absolutely terrible. I mean, he looked good against Washington, and we all know that Washington's very similar to the Twins, where they can't hit. They're kind of like pack it in at this point as well. So, and then with it, like Kyle said, with it being a righty on the mound, you can trust this Detroit offense. So, I'm not paying it, but it would only be Detroit for me.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, when you really think about it, the price isn't that unreasonable considering the current situation with the Twins. TV Jones, anything here?
Yeah, it would just be Tigers minus 1. I'm actually trying to find the price on that. But yeah, I mean, Chris Paddock looked damn good. He's really good at getting first pitch strikes too, so he's good at getting ahead in counts. Zevi Matthews, yes, he's pretty good against lefties. You're going to have Colt, Keith, Carpenter, Green, and then McKinstry all batting from the left side. But everybody else is batting right. I mean, Dylan Dingler, Javi Baez, Wenzel Perez, Gleyber Torres. They're all hitting the ball well too. And you get this Twins bullpen, this double A, triple A lineup they have rolling out every day. It would be Detroit minus 1 for me, minus 1.5. You know, I don't think you really go wrong either way, but I think Detroit wins this game, so I'll pay the juice for the minus 1. And if it pushes, so be it.
All right, let's move on to the next game. And look, guys, I'm not the I told you so type of guy, but the Marlins should not be favored over the Astros. I know the Marlins have been playing good baseball as of late, but the Houston is the considerably better team. Just for the price alone, first glance, I didn't bet it. First glance, I want to go right back to Houston. I didn't bet yesterday's either, so I can't really do a celebration dance on you guys, although I want to. It would only be Houston. This is a much better team, and because of recency bias, we're getting a pick against the Marlins. I know the Marlins have won a lot of baseball games, and I'm not saying, look, in my opinion, the best way to do it is if you're making a pie chart of what you should incorporate when pricing out the games, I would say preseason projections is in there, full season, last 30 days, and then a little sliver would be like last 14 days. So based on the way some people bet, you would think that they use only the last 14 days and nothing else matters. And in my opinion, the Marlins have no business being in a pick'em with the Astros. I know that recently it it looks like the Marlins are playing better baseball, but they're not the better team. So it would only be Astros. Look, it's a bullpen day. I'm not jumping at the opportunity to bet it, but it's the much better team at a pick. Toast.
So before the comments sound off and all this stuff, regardless, Kyle knows that the Marlins have a better record the last like 30 days. Like no one's arguing that the Marlins haven't been a better team.
Oh no, they're all betting Astros now. This is dog chasing cars. Like
okay,
the Marlins are good. No, the Rays are good. No.
I saw some comments yesterday as well that. And again,
yesterday they were all in the Marlins, but now they're gone. They're all Astros now.
Nothing bad, but again, he's not trying to make a case that the Marlins. Yeah, I mean, he's already said it, but regardless, Houston is the better team by far. Keep in mind how good Miami's been playing, and the Astros are still 8 games better than them right now. So just keep that all into perspective too. That's a better way to look at it. So it would only be the Astros for me. I will say I'm a little bit gun shy now because they will be having Spencer Arrighetti starting, and he hasn't pitched in a while. And everybody that started today had that with new teams and stuff like that. I know Spencer Arrighetti's not on a new team, but regardless, they all didn't look great. So I'm a little gun shy, but also, just got to give it up to Cal because he just continues to pitch fantastic over and over again. No one wants to give this kid any credit. Maybe he's not a kid anymore, but he once was in Cleveland. So, again, it would only be Houston because of the price, but I actually wouldn't mind an under 8.5 here either. I think both these pitchers can pitch well. And I know it's not O'Kurt, it's Spencer Arrighetti.
Oh, it is. It's Spencer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And to the comments, yeah, I'm aware the Padres lost, guys. I'm also up like 2.5 units today. So, but yeah, the Padres lost. You got it.
Someone said, well, if Sandy Alcantara stopped throwing curveballs down the middle, the game would have been a lot closer. Well, I mean, Jason Alexander threw 6 shutout innings with just 3 base runners against the Marlins. So they had no business winning the game. TV Jones?
Yeah, it would be Houston for me too.
You guys all talking that Marlin shit yesterday? You're done with them just like that?
I backed Sandy the last 2 games. I thought he was going to be all right. I didn't bet it today, but I backed Sandy the last 2, and everyone called me crazy then. I laid off today, but yes, Quantrill been good, but at home versus righties, he's got 351 average, 629 slug. You're going to be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 righties in the lineup here. Not to mention this lineup has a 314 average, 486 slug, and a 379 WOBA against him. Christian Walker, 7 of 15, 2 doubles, 2 dingers, only 1 strikeout. I mean, like this lineup has hit Quantrill in the past. I know some of that's probably some Colorado numbers, but this year at home, he's been rough for his righties, and even on the road, a 327 average, 555 slug. So righties have given him trouble. Now this is a righty-heavy lineup in Houston. I think Houston gets to him, not to mention bullpen. They're going to see a bunch of different arms here in this one. So I like Houston at the pick-em price with the bullpen.
Guys, something we have to bring up. It is Louis Castillo bobblehead night in Miami.
Oh, shit.
It's a big day.
That's tough to fade.
I like the pinstripes.
I like the pinstripes.
Those are hard.
All right, let's move on to the next game. Giants Pirates, man. It really comes down. Oh, go ahead. You have a bet on this?
No, I was gonna say I had this game spot on, and I feel the exact same way I feel about it today. Like Giants first 5, don't worry about the bullpen. They're fine. It's their pitching staff that's going to let them down. And I feel the same way here today. Giants first 5. I did put it in the sheet. It was a little bit late, but Giants first 5 minus 135. I'm not going to bet it because I think that it could come down possibly. But at the same time, I mean, I know that Logan Webb on the road is not a guy that you really want to back, but I do think that getting him coming off a really good start. I know it was against this Pirates team, but do we really think that he's as bad as what he showed against the Dodgers, Toronto, and the Mets? I will give you that's the upper echelon of Major League Baseball, but at the same time, I don't really expect him to continue to pitch that bad. And if you take out the Pirates series versus Colorado and 1 game versus Zach Gallen, they really haven't hit that right-handed pitching that well either. So I do think this is also a huge step up in class for them. So I'm well aware that they just saw him, but and also don't look now, but this San Francisco offense, especially versus right-handed pitching, is starting to kind of come into its own right now, and they're even better on the road. So I don't want anything to do with the bullpen behind Logan Webb, but yeah, Giants first 5 for me.
Yeah, I don't know how you place that bet without being 100% sure what's going on with Logan Webb. I tried to do some reading on it. He has some back soreness, but it's not serious at all. I couldn't find an explanation, but I need one, because what the hell is going on with this guy? He is not pitching well at all. Pull his game logs up here. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Logan Webb look like Logan Webb, and it's crazy because he got off to such a crazy start to start the season. He was like in the Cy Young discussion earlier in the year. I mean, when's the last time we saw Logan Webb pitch an impressive game? Home against Cleveland on June 19th. I mean, not saying every single start in here is like an absolute bomb, but these are bad. He has not been good. Look, I read 2 articles about it. I was hoping maybe to find something that his spin rate is down, maybe a lingering injury. Couldn't find anything. So apparently he's completely fine. Basically what the writers were saying in these articles is basically he's just missing his spots. Walk numbers, you can see 4 walks in this last one. Apparently the pitches in the few starts before that, he was leaving out over the plate, very hittable. So I couldn't find an explanation as to what's going on with Logan Webb. If Logan Webb is not back and he's still pitching the same quality, if we're seeing the same quality, the same production from Logan Webb in this start than we've seen in the last 5, then in my opinion, Pittsburgh plus 135 is a must bet here. Keep in mind, I think Toast touched on it a little bit, which is why he's only taking the first 5. Keep in mind, when it comes to the Giants bullpen, they just traded Doval and Tyler Rogers, their 2 best arms. Their only remaining arm that I really trust is Randy Rodriguez, and he just pitched 30. He threw 32 pitches. He's the one that blew the game tonight. So I doubt you see him tomorrow. Look, Ryan Walker's an okay arm. Jose Budo, former Met, he's okay. So it's not like they have complete gas, but the Pirates bullpen, we were like, oh, they're bad. They lost Bednar. You know what? I like Matson. I like Brashton Ashcraft. So I think the Pirates have the edge in the late innings. If Logan Webb isn't back, I think Pirates plus 135 is a great bet, but I feel like that's a big if. If Logan Webb comes out and looks like Logan Webb, I'm going to be sitting there with my thumb in my ass like this is a terrible bet. So I didn't actually place it. It's Pirates or pass. TV John?
Yeah, no, I like the over. We've seen what's his nuts Logan Webb get hit up here. I just pulled up his like Statcast, look at spin rate. I mean, his sinker and 4-seamer are down a little bit. His sweeper is actually up a little bit over the last 2, but I mean, other than that, like everything else has kind of just dropped a little bit over the season. But he just hasn't looked good. Pittsburgh's offense, they've kind of looked respectable a little bit lately here, but their bullpen is god awful, especially since they got rid of Bednar too. So I mean, like they're going to struggle. San Francisco's starting to hit. I think over 7.5. I think this is a number just because it's Logan Webb that they're expecting him to just dominate. I don't think so. Granted, the wind is blowing in tomorrow, 6 miles an hour, but it's still going to be 83 degrees tomorrow, 80 degrees plus throughout the entire game. So I think we're going to be able to get runs here. So I like the over. Will I play it? Who knows? But I like the over. I think we can see runs happening in this game.
I just want to say one thing. I could care less how anybody feels about Logan Webb. I'm not a Logan Webb fan or apologist, but I mean, if I'm being honest, I mean, over the course of the whole season, he's had 3 bad starts. So I think
what are you talking about? He's had 3 bad starts in a row, dude.
Okay. So regardless, my personal opinion is he's had 3 really bad starts in a row, and everybody else is forgetting what he's done the whole rest of the year. So,
I'm not forgetting about it. I mentioned it. I'm saying this is concerning. It's been a while since we've seen him pitch well. Trevor, do you trust Logan Webb right now?
More so at home, but not on the road. But let's also not forget, there it is, right at the top of the list. Pittsburgh just saw his ass too. And what is that? 9 base runners, 4 walks, 5 hits.
Toast making me want to.
You should bet the Pirates. Yeah, you should.
5 hits, 4 walks, only 1 earned.
They're just telling you that Logan Webb's going to get hit up. You should bet the Pirates.
It's a Logan Webb line. Everyone loves Logan Webb. He's so dominant.
It's a Logan Webb line. It's a Logan Webb line.
He's been so good. So yeah, that makes sense, right?
No, he hasn't been good.
Oh, so then why is it at 7.5?
Because he's still getting priced like he's pitching well. The market hasn't adjusted to him sucking.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Because the Pirates' offense is just like the Mets, Blue Jays, and Dodgers.
The Pirates have
scored runs lately.
Right. That makes sense.
Small step down. All right. Orioles, Phillies. Tell me that Baltimore at plus 120 isn't tempting here.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's tempting. I don't know if I could actually do
Me
it
neither.
just because the Phillies are so good at home. That's like the only reason why. But I also want to see. Kramer's just been so good and so good on the road. I know that he hasn't looked good his last couple starts, but oh man, I don't know if I could actually do it.
What do you think, TV Jones? Why don't you bat lead off here?
What the Tampa game, incredible. I mean, that Tampa lineup's decimated. Other than that, I mean, cool. He went to the Yankees. They've also sucked for a long time. The
TV
Rays
Jones.
again.
That
TV
was 2 months ago. I don't know.
TV Jones.
Fair.
It's Fanatic.
I'm just going road games.
It's Fanatic Big Chain night.
Oh, by the bug exterminating company. That's
So
a big one.
you're getting a
It's a big one.
In that case, I will take the Orioles.
I don't know. Kramer's road splits. Yes, he 2 of his last 3 he played Tampa, and then Atlanta busted his ass. Yankees, they've sucked. It is what it is. But those are his last road games. I know there weren't 2 weeks ago. I'm just saying his last road games. Other than that, he's getting hit up. Like he just hasn't been great. The Orioles offense, I said if they scored 3 runs today, the over should hit. Well, I didn't expect Philly to get 13. Now you're going to get this the day after. Weather-wise, I'm sure it's probably fantastic. We might get wind blowing out. I guess it's cloudy, but it's still blowing out 6 miles an hour and it can be 80-some degrees. Phillies at home, their lineup hits. I mean, I think this is a cheaper line because it's Taijuan Walker. Like he's got that stigma of just being just a gas can. But I think with that offense backing him up and that bullpen they have, I'd be tempted to just go with Philly and just plug your nose when Taijuan's pitching. But I think he'll be fine. Not to mention you got this chain giveaway, like Fanatic. That town loves the Fanatic, so I feel like they show up and show out. But regardless, I trust Philly's offense more and their bullpen more than I trust Dean Kramer and Gunnar Henderson and company, who've been just garbage all year long.
I mean, I on one hand, Phillies at minus 145, or you could probably even get better than that if you look. It is affordable for a much better team at home where they play. I think the Cardinals just scored for you, Toast. The comments are going nuts.
I hope so. They're in the top of the 9th. They had there it is.
The Bozo.
Pozo. I don't know your nozo, but it's 3-2 Cardinals.
All right, there you go. So yeah, I know that minus 145 with the Phillies at home. It's definitely an affordable price. You can actually get a minus 140 too. I just think the question is, do we have enough of a sample size to come out and make this statement? Do we have enough of a sample size to say Baltimore has a solid starting pitching advantage here with Kramer on the mound? And I kind of think we do. Kramer's been rock solid for a while. Toronto did get to him in his last start, but Toronto's been getting to every right-handed starter they've seen for like 2 months now. Like he's been so consistent. And I know that old school Dean Kramer, you don't trust him as much on the road. That's not really new school Dean Kramer. His last road start, he went on the road to a Little League ballpark through 7 innings, just 1 run. Road start before that actually got hit up by the Braves. Road start before that throws a gem in Yankee Stadium. That was pre-Judge injury too. Road start before that in Tampa Bay. I trust Kramer. So I'm getting plus 120 with the starting pitching advantage. I really think Baltimore can hit up Taijuan Walker because everyone can hit up Taijuan Walker, and the Orioles are just hitting the baseball. I mean, look at these crooked numbers here against the righty starters that they've seen. I mean, the last 5 righty starters they've seen have a combined 7.08 ERA, over 47% hard hit rate. The Orioles are barreling up the baseball. Yes, they're just like the Phillies. They hit better at home, but the last 2 weeks, this is the best lineup in baseball against right-handed pitching. The second best lineup in baseball overall. So a lineup I expect to score, starting pitching advantage. I mean, the question is plus 120 enough? Give me plus 135 and I'm there. What do you think, Toast?
It would only be over or pass for me. I guess maybe I didn't realize that Kramer struggled as much on the road earlier in the season, but so that's kind of threw a little bit of a wrench in my Orioles plans personally. But I do agree that you have, if you're betting the Orioles, you definitely have a starting pitching advantage. So no one's really talked about Taijuan Walker because he hasn't really had like his typical Taijuan Walker second half blow up start yet, but he's also consistently giving you 4 innings of 3-run baseball. And like Kyle just said, not only are the Orioles hitting, I mean, they're maybe not hitting on the road, but versus right-handed pitching, they are absolutely putting up, like he said, crooked numbers here. So if I get both offenses contributing, which I think is very possible, I think I'm just going to end up playing the over here. So you can get over 9.5 at -110 right now. It's shaded 115 on multiple books. I wouldn't be shocked if we're looking at 10s in the morning. So yeah, I'll be on the over 9.5.
I'll put Baltimore up, but I want to be very clear. I don't have the nutsack to bet it. I need a better number. If maybe we'd see some Philly money come in and tomorrow afternoon I could get. Right now, the best I can get, I look like, is plus 125. I need 10 more cents. Plus 135, I'll take it. You know what sucks, though? If you guys remember, yesterday I was like, I like Houston, but minus 105 isn't good enough. If I get a plus 110, I'll take it. Thinking it wouldn't happen. There was a plus 110, and a few people, yeah, but a few people in the Discord heard me say that on the show and took it. Like, damn, I didn't even get it.
I had 2 people ask me, and I was like, I'm just not going to play it, and it was just a stupid decision. Them in Cleveland were the bad ones that I messed up.
Finally, a game I bet.
I bet this game too.
Yeah, plus 125 is a great number.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Severino, but at the price,
he's been good.
I know, but the splits are so bad.
Well, someone was saying in the voice chat that he's actually been better against lefties a little bit as of late. But all right, so if this was 3 weeks ago, it would be like, no shot. And I know you don't want to overreact to small sample sizes, but these two starting pitchers trending in opposite directions right now. But it's not by the way, I want to be clear. This bet, I'm on the A's at plus 125. I bet this. I think plus 125 is a good number. So, it just moved down to plus 120. So I don't know if you can get plus 125. That just happened right in front of my face here. So it's not solely a bet on the pitchers because you don't want to overreact to small sample sizes. But the truth is, Mackenzie Gore has really not looked good at all in his last few starts. I mean, last 5 starts, he's at a 6.75 ERA. His last 2 starts at home, 11.74 ERA. Here are his game logs. Wheels are coming off a little bit for Mackenzie Gore. Meanwhile, the A's are scoring runs. And on the other side, remember we were talking about how Severino doesn't want to be here. He's mentally checked out. Well, I think he watched that show because since we said that, he has turned up. We're talking 3 good starts in a row for Sevy. So 2 starting pitchers that seem to be trending in the wrong direction. But again, I don't want to overreact to just 3 starts on each side. In addition to that, I mean, who are we kidding? The A's are a much better lineup than the Nats right now. The Nats are not hitting. They're not hitting at home. There's some talent in the Nats lineup, but in the last 30 days, the A's are a top 5 lineup on the road. They're actually 3rd in WRC plus overall in the last 30 days. So this has been one of the most productive lineups in baseball. And like I said, I thought plus 125 was a really good number. I would still play it at plus 120. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this closes at like plus 108. That might be a little bit optimistic, but I really think that this number is way too high.
I couldn't agree more. I actually don't even think that you're I wouldn't be crazy to see plus 110s, I think, in the morning. But the only issue that I had when I was looking at this game is that if you pull up our spreadsheets, you're going to see that obviously Severino isn't great versus lefties. He's not really great versus righties either, but definitely way worse versus lefties. And that could be like a little bit of an issue here because obviously if we know Washington's a team that has a boatload of lefties, but at the same time, I mean, and I know this is going to come off as like the Padre fan that's a hater, but I mean, what has James Wood done in like a month that makes you worried about his bat? Anybody?
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't been good.
So, I mean, CJ Abrams is the same type of thing. I mean, he can get hot at times. I mean, he gets you either 3 hits in a game or no hits in a game. Like this offense, they're just so young. And I just don't understand how we're getting Severino at this price. Not to mention the fact that I don't know if Kyle touched on it because I was switching the channel, but the A's offense on the road has been fantastic all year long, a top 10 offense at minimum all year long. So they have struggled versus lefties recently, but at the same time, like you touched on, Mackenzie Gore has not been sharp at all. So, yeah, I bet the Athletics as well at plus 125.
I might double down. Want to know why? It's Pokemon Go day at the ballpark.
Dude, I was even looking at lineups because I was like, oh, Severino, let's see he's faced because like Seattle doesn't have a whole bunch of lefties. Houston, I almost talked myself out of it, but I do like it.
Toast, it's Pokemon Go day at Nationals Park. Pokemon Go day.
What a play. What a play. Who was that? Lars Newbar? Hey, kid.
TV Jones?
Yeah, I bet A's plus 129 too. This lineup's just absolutely raking. We just saw what the Brewers did to Washington over the weekend, and I don't think Atlanta, the Athletics are really going to have much trouble with this whatsoever. And Toast touched on it. I was looking at couldn't find a line on an under, but James Wood under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. The dude's just a strikeout machine. If you can bet strikeouts, I know those have been profitable too. He's betting like 118 or 181 or some shit in the last like 20 games or whatever. He's not been good since the Derby. It's
127 over the last 21.
There you go. So yeah, there it is. So under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
All right. Someone said Toast looks like a Pokemon trainer. Royals, Red Sox.
Shout out Red Sox coming through today. No sweat winner. Needed that.
I didn't bet it. I wish I did.
I had a bozo parlay that was 4 legs and needed Witt to get under 1.5 hits, and then
sounds like a razor sharp play there, Trev.
Yeah, it sounds.
No,
like
it was a bozo one.
It was a bozo one.
It was very plus EV. Yeah. It would have been a nice like 7-1, but go figure.
I really don't have much of an opinion here, guys. Anyone want to talk about this one? I obviously at plus 195, the Royals looks pretty tempting, but against Crochet, against 11, I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about the Royals against left-handed pitching. I feel like in theory they should be a pretty dangerous lineup against lefties because they have all those righty bats, but the production doesn't really show that. So I really don't know I really don't have thoughts on this one. TV Jones, you want to go? I got nothing.
It would be Crochet record win. That's about really the only way you can play it. Maybe Boston minus 1.5, but it would just be Crochet record win. He's been dominant. He's been lights out. Under earned runs potentially. I mean, he's been really really good. I think his last 4 games he's had 2 or less earned. So I mean, like he's been damn good. If I was going to play this game, I'd be backing Crochet.
You gonna get an estimated price on it? I know it might not be open at the moment.
Yeah, the over under is not open for it. I mean, his outs are sitting at
don't matter. They're not winning.
Over 18.5 plus 145. So I mean, I don't know. If I were to play this, it would be Garrett Crochet one way or another. Over outs, under earned, record win, something like that.
Toast, anything here?
Yeah, I'll be on the Royals. Just going to be waiting on.
Why didn't you speak up? I'm sitting there asking if you like anything.
I was letting you finish, and then you said TV Jones lead off. I mean, I wasn't trying to be rude, but so okay. So for me, and Kyle has touched on this before, we've been looking on ways to bet on the Royals. Well, I think this is a really good spot here. We're getting a huge plus price versus because of Garrett Crochet is on the mound, which I get it. He's very, very good, but the Royals have been sneakily decent versus left-handed pitching for a month now. They haven't seen anybody that's Garrett Crochet-like, but at the same time, they've been more than average against left-handed pitching, which gives me a positive there. And with Boston, we worry, at least with me, I worry about them versus left-handed pitching. I don't really worry about them, as much versus right-handed pitching. They're still good in both of them. But at the same time, I do think that Berger can pitch well here. I mean, he just got booted off the Padres because everybody else coming in, not because of he wasn't good or anything like that. He came over in that Freddie Furman deal, and the Padres really wanted Furman, so they didn't really want to cut bait with Berger. But I think that he's more than capable of giving you 4 or 5 innings of really good baseball, of 1 or 2 run baseball, and then you're going to kick it over to the Royals bullpen that's rested and ready to go. So I just don't think that there is as many advantages as people are making it out to be to make Boston a huge 240 favorite. Like maybe 180 or something, sure, that makes more sense. But if I'm going to get the Royals at plus 200 or better, I will be betting the Royals tomorrow.
Wow. I'll put Royals up. I don't think I'm going to bet it with you, but let's move on.
You've said I heard you in my head when I was talking because I was like, man, I kind of really like them, and you've been waiting to play them. I was actually
I know, but Crochet.
Yeah, I know.
Guardians, Mets. I mean, the Mets continue to be overpriced, so I know. I think both these guys might have hit on Cleveland yesterday. I lost on the under.
I didn't bet it. I was kicking myself watching that game.
Yeah, I think the Mets are a little overpriced. So even though I do think the Mets win the game, there's no way the value will be on Cleveland at plus 162. If I was to bet this game, I will go right back to the under. I know it was the game. This was the bet I lost today. Keep in mind the final score of that game. For those of you that didn't watch it, that's not an indication of how that game went. Final score was 7-6. Keep in mind there were 8 runs scored in the 6th inning. And it was 5-5 when they went to extras. So in the first 9 innings of Cards just won, by the way. In the first 9 innings of baseball, there were 8 runs scored in the 6th inning. In the other 8 innings, there were 2 runs scored total. So I know that the final score looks like it was some type of shootout. It wasn't at all. It was a very low-scoring game. In fact, in the top of the 6th, it was 0-0. My under was looking good as hell. So it was a very unproductive game offensively. The final score ended up being 7-6. That's not how the game went. In Citi Field, where it's been a low-scoring ballpark all year, I'm not betting this, though, so I'm not even going to waste any more time talking about it. It would only be right back to the under.
It would only be Cleveland for me as well. I agree with you with as far as the Mets being a better team, but I still think they're grossly mispriced here personally. Clay Holmes has been somewhat feasible. I will give him that, but I do start to worry about him as we get later on into the year because he wasn't a starter before this. So they say he'll be fine and all that stuff, but just a personal thing, I kind of worry about that. Not to mention the fact he hasn't really been like super like razor sharp at home over his last few starts. And this Cleveland team is starting to quietly wake up versus right-handed and left-handed pitching. They're a top 10 offense the last 14 days. They're a top 15 offense versus right-handed pitching the last 30 days. Same things goes with their bats in general. And as far as the Mets are concerned, they don't really hit left-handed pitching well at all. I mean, they're a really good home team, but I'm sure they have a bullpen advantage, but not that I'm like running to the window to back Logan Allen a whole bunch. But at the same time, he's been going at least 5-6 innings in all of his starts, giving up 2 or 3 runs. Like, I think if he's able to do that again tomorrow against a Mets offense that's essentially bottom third versus left-handed pitching and in hitting over the last 30 days, I have a hard time believing that again Cleveland's not in this game later in the game. So it would only be Cleveland for me at 180. I probably pull the trigger.
TV Jones.
Yeah, Cleveland again. Clay Holmes, yeah, he's been solid for the most part of the year, but he's only going like 5 innings at most right now. He's given up, they've gotten 4 off of him, or he gave up 2, but the Padres got 4. There was 1, 5-2, 5-2. He's given up some home runs. He's walking guys, not striking out a ton. I feel like Cleveland's pesky enough, and they're playing good enough baseball right now to get this done. The Mets haven't looked incredibly impressive the last week or so. So Cleveland at this number, I feel like I'm with Toast. You just let it get bet up, and then you jump on it. I might even do it. They look good today. They fought. I know the Mets gave them a run for their money, but they found a way to get it done in extras and put the ball in play to score some runs. So it would be Cleveland for me. Both teams have guys that have gone 2 of the last 3 nights, so it's kind of questionable with the bullpens who's going to go. But I still think Cleveland's just playing better baseball right now than the Mets are.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Brewers Braves. Obviously, it would be going right back to the Brewers again. I didn't bet it because I think this is a little bit pricey. The Brewers use their main bullpen arms, and it's not like the Brewers offense exploded. What did they have, 3 hits today in the entire game? So
there were like 5 combined.
Yeah, there were 5. The Brewers only had 3 hits in the game today. So we won the bet. It was the right side and all that. I'm just a little worried about the Brewers lineup. There's no Churio, and I feel like we haven't really seen it yet. It would only be Milwaukee, just minus 150. Yesterday I got it in the minus 130s. Now we're up at minus 150. It would only be the Brewers. I don't see any reason to try to take Atlanta.
You can go TV Jones. I bet the Brewers minus 144 are going to continue to bet them, especially if they're under minus 150. And bonus points, Joey Wentz is a lefty. So, yeah, it was pretty simple for me.
You went Brewers again? Go ahead.
Yeah, Brewers for me too. I might even dabble with Peralta under outs. Not sure because Atlanta's offense isn't good, but today there was no, obviously Acuna is out, but Riley or Azuna like pinch hit in like the 8th or something, but those two didn't play. But I mean, Freddie, he tries to strike everybody out. He'll get you in an 0-2 count, and then he'll throw 3 straight balls trying to just paint the corner, and then he just walks guys and he gets into trouble a little bit. But I mean, the Brewers didn't look great today. Shout out Isaac Collins, your NL Rookie of the Year, for that 3-run blast to win the game here. So big time. So I mean, the Brewers they looked awful today. They got it done. The Braves. They're awful too. I mean, I know if Riley and Ozuna play, maybe it's a little bit different, but they still find a way to win. McGill didn't throw that many pitches today. He hadn't pitched in 6 days prior either. Uribe kind of threw a little bit, so who knows what's going to go on with him. I know we're going to see Koenig and Mears tomorrow, which is going to suck. But this Brewers team, hottest team in baseball. If this was the Dodgers on this streak right now, this would be minus 200, like easily. But it's the Brewers. We don't get enough respect. They keep giving us bettable numbers. So
your best player is out. Your best player is out as well.
Hey, okay. This is a team effort. There's no I in team. Like everybody top to bottom, this team hits. Joey Ortiz, not really, but he's coming around a little bit. But regardless, this is a great number on the Brewers. I got minus 143 too. So and Freddie scares me enough, and the fact that we're going to see Koenig, I'm not betting the run line on the Brewers tomorrow.
There's a conversation going on in the chat. Guys, I don't mean this to be disrespectful, promise at all. If you think sports are scripted, there's no other way to say this other than you have a very low IQ. The sports are scripted is the same thing as the flat earthers. Sure, millions of people think that, but nobody that's ever worked in physics or has a degree in astronomy. Same thing in this. The only people that think sports are scripted are people that have never worked in professional sports, paid collegiate sports at a high level, worked as an official, worked in sports betting. It's the type of thing where the internet spreads stuff and a lot of stupid people. If you think that, you have a low IQ, and I truly don't mean that to be disrespectful. It's just you're not a very intelligent person. Hold on. And at any time, anybody that was ever involved in scripting a sporting event, come out and share their story over the last 50 years, they would be an instant millionaire, New York Times bestseller. They would be booked on talk shows across the country, instant fame and fortune. It's never happened. There's a reason for it. All right, Yankees.
I was obviously just joking when I was talking about MLB made the call. Just razzing everybody.
Oh no!
I don't actually believe that
shit.
I'm talking about
the idiots in the chat.
Yeah, no, I know. I just covering my ass on this.
And Riley and Ozuna, since this is off topic at this point, they're not probably going to be back tomorrow. So just for the record, Riley for sure. Ozuna's day to day.
Oh, this is the one. I kind of made a mistake on this one. I bet it. I didn't realize Judge was back.
Who gives a shit?
Who cares?
I do, because I thought this was a gift of a number. I don't know.
It is a gift of a number.
I don't know if minus 134 is necessarily going to close well that Judge is back. So I bet the Rangers, I was like, oh man, this is going to close at minus 155, minus 160. Eovaldi against Will Warren. Will Warren pitches better at Yankee Stadium, not as much on the road. Yankees used their main bullpen arms tonight. The Rangers saved their main 2 arms. I loved it. And then Aaron Judge is back. So I don't know if minus 134 is quite as valuable as a bet now that Aaron Judge is going to be in the lineup. But I bet the Rangers. You're with it, Toast?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, definitely with it. I don't. Not that I'm not. When I say I don't care about Aaron Judge being back, that doesn't mean that I think that he's bad or anything like that. But at the same time, he wasn't particularly super hot going into his injury. I know he had a 3-hit game or whatever versus Chicago, but it's a whole bunch of 0s and 1s there. I mean, he really wasn't doing a whole bunch. He hits his random meaningless home run every once in a while, but I don't think that really changes anything for me. I think that you still have a significant starting pitching advantage with Nate Eovaldi. Like you touched on, you have a huge bullpen advantage as well. And this Texas team is really starting to play well right now, and they're fighting to stay in their division and to possibly win a division in a really hard division in that AL West. So I still feel like there's a reason that when you see the Yankees at such good prices and now you see it completely flipped almost and the Yankees at a nice plus price, I think there's a reason for that. Well, I get that Will Warren hasn't been bad, but at the same time, I do know that he struggles with lefties, and that's some of the better guys in that lineup: Josh Smith, Corey Seager, Josh Peterson, Rowdy Tellez. So I know that you can talk shit about Jock Peterson and whatnot, but he's still a professional hitter, as we saw tonight. So yeah, I will be on Texas tomorrow as well.
TV Jones?
Yeah, I bet Texas money line too. Who cares if Judge is back? You can just walk him, and then the rest of that lineup's going to do
Hold
nothing
on.
for
Who
you.
cares if Judge is back is a little extreme.
For me, as far as this game is concerned, I do not care.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, no, even if Judge comes back, you can just intentionally walk him, and then you got the rest of that lineup hasn't been incredibly impressive. Let's not forget, Volpe is an error machine. Their base running is god-awful per usual. Texas is playing inspired baseball. You got Eovaldi going. Eovaldi can go 7 innings, no problem. Then you just got 2 innings out of the bullpen, 2-3 innings. So, yeah, Texas money line here. They're fighting. They're going to get this. I think they sweep the Yankees, to be honest.
Also, Will Warren has not been good really on the road.
I think that, I mean, over his last 4 starts on the road, he pitched well against Kansas City. Who cares? Dodgers hit him up. Toronto hit him up. Atlanta hit him up. It's not the guy you really want to trust on the road. Baltimore hit him up on the road. Ugh. Ouch.
Next up is Reds, Cubs, and Wrigley. Go ahead, Toast. I tailed you on it.
Oh, you said in the voice
Oh,
chat.
yeah. So I was already – I think this is a perfect matchup for the Cubs to win. I took it at -174, laid the juice. It's an ugly one, but I bet the Cubs money line here. It's a good spot for Shota, obviously a fly ball pitcher. He's in Wrigley with the wind blowing in, so that's favorable if you're a fly ball pitcher. Reds bats showing a little bit of signs of life, not so much against lefty starters, though. So I think Imanaga's looked a little shaky the last couple starts. I think the conditions are perfect for him to bounce back and throw a gem. So I like the matchup for Imanaga. On the other side, it's Littell, who's been pretty solid, but I've said over and over again all season, I'm inclined to trust the Cubs lineup against right-handed pitching a lot more so than left-handed pitching. I bet the Reds tonight because Lodolo was on the mound, and I know he ended up only pitching a couple innings, but he was a lefty, so that went into me taking the Reds. Now you got Littell, who's a righty, so look, it's Wrigley with the wind blowing in. I'm not expecting an offensive explosion, but I think the Cubs could get a couple off him. And then in the late innings, I bet the Reds earlier today in last night's game because they had the more rested bullpen. Well, they used all their main guys. Ashcraft, Barlow, Pagan, Santillan. They used all their main guys tonight. Now, a couple of them, I think 3 of them will still be available, but the Cubs rested their main guys. So the bullpen advantage goes from the Reds last night, swings over to the Cubs side. I laid the juice. Cubs money line.
The only thing I can really add is that I don't think that the numbers for Shota at home really do him justice, because if you look going back like almost 2 months, he's had like 2 starts at home. Everything else is on the road in Milwaukee, on the road in Chicago, home at Boston, on the road at the Yankees, on the road at Minnesota. You got a home start against Cleveland, on the road at St. Louis, on the road at Milwaukee, on the road at Pittsburgh. So I just feel like it's going to be a little bit nicer for Shota to pitch well here at home. And then on top of the fact that I know that Zach Littell has pitched really well, but I don't know what to expect from him here in Wrigley Field when, not that this really matters for him, but we saw today, guys making their first start for their new teams. Everybody got absolutely throttled. That's not why I'm betting the Cubs. I'm betting the Cubs because I think they have a starting pitching advantage, a bullpen advantage, and a lineup advantage, and they're one of the best teams in baseball at home at 35-21. But again, I think Kyle touched on it as well. The Reds had 2 really good days within a week when they got to Garrett Crochet and Jesus Luzardo. And besides that, they haven't really touched a left-handed pitcher in 2 months. So if they happen to get on Shota in a bad weather, or quote-unquote bad weather day in Chicago, so be it. But we've had a lot of success laying these bigger numbers with these teams lately this year. And I'm going to do it again with the Cubs.
Real quick in the comments, guys, when of course individual instances have happened that of course people have thrown games, refs have done shit. Of course, that's individual. If a car breaks down on the highway, does that make the sentence cars break down? Like Honda's break. Yeah, like of course individual people do sketchy shit. Of course, that's happened countless times. The White Sox threw the World Series with Shoeless Joe Jackson. They threw the entire World Series. Of course, individual instances have happened. I was responding to sports are scripted, which is ridiculous, obviously. TV Jones.
Yeah. No, it would be under here. You said it, Cincy versus lefties, and then the wind is blowing in about 7 miles an hour tomorrow. It's going to be 77 degrees and clear skies, so it'll still be nice. But Zach Littell's been fine. He's been good. The Cubs, Dansby Swanson, what a bozo. Shout out that guy. 3-game lead in the division here, but that team, no PCA. Well, he might play. I don't know. He got jacked in the arm tonight, so who knows what's going to go on with him. But I think Imanaga is going to be fine against Cincy versus lefty. I think Littell will be fine with the wind blowing in. I know the bullpen can be a little sketchy for Cincy, but this is still a divisional game, and Cincy, they're playing decent right now. They're fighting for a wild card, so I think it's going to be a tight game. I like the under in this one.
Cubs up. Expensive, but I took it. Blue Jays, Rockies. By the way, the weather in this one is nuts. I don't know if
Blowing
I've ever...
left to right wind-wise.
Yeah, well, it's
on my thing.
Yeah, mine's blowing out to dead center, according to Ballpark Pal. But I don't know if I've ever seen a plus 36%. This is crazy. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. Look at this. So, yeah, I'd say favorable weather for scoring runs, plus 36% run index at Coors Field. It's hot and humid, wind blowing out to dead center. Yeah, weather's pretty favorable for scoring runs. It would only be over. It's not going to be Kyle Freeland, correct?
No, I think it's Anthony Molina.
Yeah, it would only be over. Honestly, if I could still get an 11, I might even bet it. The reason I was holding up on it was I wasn't sure if it was this kid Molina or if it was going to be Kyle Freeland. Kyle Freeland's weird, and like if there's a guy I trust to make some outs at Coors Field, it's probably Kyle Freeland. So it would only be over.
Yeah, I played over 11.5. I don't think there's any possibility to get 11s anymore, but I'm still playing over 11.5 personally. Barrios has never pitched in Coors before, and he really hasn't been great over his last 6 starts. I mean, he had that really good start against Boston on the road, but since then he really hasn't looked good at all. And not to mention the fact that this Colorado team, they're obviously they're losing games. They've won a couple games for us as well, but they are putting up runs. And when they're in the games that they're not putting up runs, they're letting the other team score 8, 10, 16, whatever the number is. So yeah, with the weather here being fantastic, Toronto might put up 20 runs themselves. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but yeah, I played the over 11.5.
TV Jones.
Yeah, over for me too. Unfortunately, it's not open for me, but yeah, I mean, even if Freeland goes, he can still get hit up. Like this Toronto lineup's hitting. I mean, they put up 23 hits or whatever tonight, and then Colorado had like 10 or 11 base runners, only brought in 1. So I think they're going to regress a little bit for the means here in the positive. So I like the over here. I'm going to be playing it whenever it opens for me. And like Toe said, I mean, Toronto can score.
Why didn't I freaking bet that
themselves.
11? I was looking at the 11 like an hour and a half ago.
There was an 11 and I missed it?
There was
really?
a couple 11s during the voice chat. A couple of 11s.
Man, I suck.
I was worried it might be Freeland. That's what I didn't bet it.
Who cares?
All right, let's move on to the next one. Rays, Angels. Did Jansen end up pitching tonight? That's what I was waiting for here.
No.
He didn't? You wanna bet it?
No, I'll double check. I'm pretty positive. I think it was Zephyrhan who closed it, and then Burke or Brock or whoever the hell came in late.
What'd you guys bet?
Well, I want to bet the Angels. Soriano's been looking pretty good. The Rays can't hit. The Rays have been legitimately one of the worst lineups in baseball recently. I'll pull it up on the screen so you guys could see it. It's
Burke, Zephyrhan, and Brogdon came in for the Angels tonight.
All right, so yes, we'll scroll down here.
I bet the over 8 personally.
So not one of the worst. The Rays have been the worst lineup in baseball. In the last 30 days, they're dead last in OPS, WRC plus weighted on base. One of the worst against right-handed pitching as well. Bottom 5 in the last 2 weeks. One of the worst road lineups in baseball. So the Rays are flat out not hitting. Remember, there's no Aranda right now. He's out. I know that Jose Soriano is a guy we usually trust on the road more so than at home, but if you look at his recent home starts, he's been just fine. Back-to-back home starts where he pitched well. 7 innings, just 1 run against the Rangers. He's had 2 home starts in a row. Pitched a great game against the Mariners as well. Jose Soriano's looked rock solid for 4 straight starts, so he should be fine. On the other side, I mean, I like Pepio, but he hasn't looked. He's looked all right. There's just a couple shaky ones in there. Got rocked in Yankee Stadium. Orioles scored some runs off him as well. Boston, he hasn't looked that bad, but he hasn't looked that great either. And what I was waiting for was whether or not the Angels used Jansen tonight. So now that the Angels did not use Jansen, can we still get, what can we get here? Because I'll bet this right now.
What are you looking for? Angels money?
Yeah, Angels money line.
125 across the board.
I think that's fair. Trev, I'll take it with you if you want.
Yeah, I already bet minus 123. I mean, Soriano, where are these at? I just got them. Yeah, I mean the Rays righty heavy. If I'm pretty positive, or lefties. Yeah, they got lefties in a lot of switches, but versus righties. Where is this at? Since July 14th, so like about 3 weeks. This is the third or fourth highest. Fourth highest. They have a 45.5% ground ball rate. Soriano at home, the last 90 plate appearances, he's got a 63% ground ball rate too. And Soriano's been damn good at home. And this Rays, they're like 9-24 or some shit in their last like 33 games. They've been terrible since that like month stretch where they were just like the hottest team in baseball. They've been god awful. So minus 123. The bullpen is still intact. The Angels, I think, are a much better team. Soriano, the much better pitcher, in my opinion. I played it. I just don't trust. If Tampa comes out and wins their 10th game in the last month and a half, cool. I'll go down with the ship. But minus 123, very affordable to back Soriano and fade this Rays team that's just been literally the worst team in baseball.
Toast?
Over 8, personally. I don't really love Soriano at home. I know that he's a guy that we can trust, but a couple things bother me. He's coming off of 2 really good games, obviously both of those games at home, but the pitch count's kind of up through 96 pitches last time. Last time he got in close to that 100 range, he came back home and got throttled by a Texas team that couldn't hit at the time at the beginning of last month. And like Trevor said, he definitely struggles versus lefty bats, and that's one thing that the Rays can definitely put. They're going to put 6 lefty bats in the lineup. Only people batting from the right-hand side will be Diaz, Caminero, and Ha-Seong Kim. Everybody else will be batting from the left-hand side. And then as far as Pepe Le Pew's concerned, I don't think he's pitching that well at all. I know that he had a decent road start against Cincinnati where he went 6 innings and gave up only 2 runs, but I mean, he walked 4 guys in that outing. I really wasn't impressive. The Boston start really wasn't that great. And then he went on the road in Baltimore and got shelled there. So he has a couple, I guess, a decent performance at home against the Athletics, but he hasn't really been that impressive to me at all. And what does he struggle with? Righty bats. And you're going to see, I think, 8 righty bats in the lineup tomorrow for the Angels, the only lefty being Nolan Schamuel. So I think that both of these starting pitchers can give up some runs, and I'm not really a fan of either one of these bullpens at all. So yeah, I played over 8. I think it's 8.5 now, but yeah, I played over 8.
All right, let's move on to the next
I found this other too. The last 60 plate appearances, so 15 and third innings, you saw 60 lefty batters. Soriano right here, 82.5% ground ball percentage, only a 10% fly ball percentage. Like the ball doesn't leave the ground when he throws. Like that sinker he throws is nasty. I think Tampa struggles tomorrow. I hope the Angels win 9-0 for you, Toast.
I'm not worried. I got a really good number, and I don't really think Soriano's that great at home personally.
I don't know if I can ever look at Brian Wu the same after his last start, man. He was getting, he was so bad.
That's 3.
Brian Wu can't perform when the lights are the brightest.
Are the lights bright against the White Sox?
They should be. You better figure it out if it's not. I was going to say, I don't know. There's not a chance in hell I'd lay minus 250. I agree with you on that, Trevor, but I got nothing either. I really want to play the White Sox just on the price alone. I can't do it. So I'm not going to act like I can. I'm not going to act like I will. So White Sox should pass on the number, but heavy pass.
TV Jones.
Yeah, I like the over. I'm waiting. I see it juiced under 7.5. If this pops to 7, I'm going to grab it. Wu, I just had his numbers up. He's given up like 9 or 11 earned runs and 6 home runs, and like 5 walks his last 3 outings. He hasn't looked sharp. I know the White Sox are great first righties, but I think they can score at least 2 or 3 runs this game, and I think Seattle's not going to have an issue scoring on Davis Martin in this bullpen. I know the bullpen's been fine. I know, but wind is blowing out. It's going to be 70 degrees, which is pretty warm for a Mariners night game. It's blowing out 7 miles an hour. This Mariners offense been hitting, and Woo's been giving it up. So if I had to pick a side, I honestly would probably just play like White Sox plus 1.5 or something.
Yeah,
but
been giving it up.
he had 6 home runs his last 3 games. I know 4 was in one game, but
like even you really would like to trust these Mariners pitchers like at home, and like got blown up by Houston. He got pitched well against Pittsburgh. Congratulations. Pitched well against Boston. Congratulations. Got blown up by Baltimore. Kind of got blown up by Minnesota. Yeah, that's actually a lot worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, dude, the White Sox bats have cooled off, guys.
No, I know. I'm not playing the White Sox. I'm just saying that's still, I wouldn't lay it with Brian Wu at that number.
To be honest, I would go under, if anything here.
One other thing about Ryan Wu is that last 7 starts, only 2 of them at home. So he's really also not starting at home a lot, which could be a little bit of a bump for him.
Hold on. Someone said in the comments, Wu's been getting crushed lately. I want to be clear. 1 start. He had 1 bad start. It was bad.
2 of the last 3.
2 of the last 3.
Where, Houston?
Yeah.
I mean, 6 innings, 7 base runners is solid. I'll take that. I mean, yeah, the runs.
You're going to take, I mean, if you're going to take 5 runs, you're probably going to lose a lot of baseball games.
Oh, well, 4 earned.
Okay, 4
If the White Sox get 5 off of him tomorrow, I think the over's looking
They're not getting 5 off of him.
No.
They get 2 or 3, I think. I think the 7's at least an order to put.
Dude, if you think the White Sox are scoring 5, take the plus 200.
Oh, that was funny.
That's why I said I'm not paying minus 250 for Wu in this the way he's been pitching.
5 off him.
Hey, crazier shit's happened.
I would lean under. I mean, Brian Wu coming off a bad start. He's back at home where, I mean, historically over the course of his career, he's been much better. He's pitching against, how many lefties in the White Sox lineup now these days?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ah, shit. Yeah, nah, under a pass. Good. For some reason, I thought they had like 6 righties in there. Padres, Diamondbacks. Oh, you guys, man, you tri-fading girls in sports night.
Can't do it. The wambulance is coming. Better get them ready. Here comes the wambulance.
What is that? Oh, that's your thing. Oh. Dude, I thought that was like, I was like, wow, that's close as hell to one of you guys. I didn't know that was a sound effect. Like, holy shit, what are you guys, like, broadcasting from the highway?
That would be awesome.
Oh, the ambulance. So, yeah, these 2 guys faded girls in sports night here in the desert, and they paid a terrible price.
We ate our words. Never again. I have a daughter on the way.
We were in trouble when it was like they closed at like minus 120.
Yeah, girls in
sports night. I bet him
night.
again, too. That's there's 2 of my 3 losses were the Padres today.
You bet him again?
Yeah, minus 120.
Go ahead.
What's the promo for this?
I bet them again today. I bet them twice today. I didn't bet them against.
What do you like in this game?
I don't.
If the roof's going to be closed, 9 is too high with this pitching matchup, right?
I would agree with that. Yes.
It'll be 110 tomorrow. It'll
be closed. I just don't think that you can lay it with Darvish after 1 good start. Personally, I mean, you can put the Padres up for me because I think they have an advantage everywhere else, but I don't necessarily think they have a starting pitching advantage. So in that case, I don't think that you could lay this number with the Padres. Darvish looked fantastic against the Mets. He looked absolutely terrible his first 3 starts. So I'm not at a point where I'm like, oh, yep, Darvish is back type situation. So and I know that this Arizona team hasn't really been playing very good baseball at all, but they're starting to kind of, I mean, baseball is a weird game. I mean, they're starting to get hot a little bit. It's not nothing I really want to get in front of, but Ryan Nelson has been really, really good all year long. I mean, he had 2 bad starts against Detroit and LA, but besides that, he's been almost kind of essentially lights out for pretty much. So he also has a really good history against this Padres team. The last 2 times that he's faced them, I think he's went like I think 12 total innings or 11 2/3 innings, only given up 2 runs. So there's no huge concern there. The Padres just have such a huge advantage in the bullpen. That's kind of why they're favored and with the lineup, but I don't think that the starting pitching advantage is big enough to actually lay it with the Padres. So I won't be betting them.
TV Jones.
Yeah, I mean, the Padres, they used Wandy Peralta and Matsui out of the bullpen tonight. I mean, congratulations, Arizona. You got to JP Sears. An incredible feat. Not many can say that they've done that, so huge for them. But tomorrow's Healthcare Heroes promotional day, so no bobbleheads, no nothing. No children that they're celebrating.
So you're
although
basically
it is,
betting against healthcare here.
Whoa! I never said what I was doing, but I am fading it. Yeah,
I can tell by the way
think
you're
Yu
talking.
Darvish-
You're taking the
I was
Padres.
gonna say, there's no way you're gonna return that around.
No, Yu Darvish looked good last time. I think maybe that was the outing that he finally figured it out a little bit. Arizona, their bullpen is still trash. This team's still trash. I think after tomorrow, we're going to start seeing a little bit more of a price tag on Yu Darvish because he's been so bad this year. He's had one outing, but you're getting Ryan Nelson at a plus money. Arizona just kicked the shit out of him tonight. I think that's going to be tempting for people, but I have no faith in this bullpen whatsoever for Arizona, and not to mention the Padres didn't use any of those high leverage arms out of the bullpen tonight. So Padres minus 135, run it back.
Really quickly, though, part of the reason why I bet the Padres, too, is because Arizona's bullpen, their top 3 arms were back-to-back or 2 of the last 3 days. That's not going to be the case tomorrow as well. So even more reason for me not to bet the Padres. I'm sorry, Trevor.
Next up,
I didn't mean to do that.
I don't care.
Toast, you fading the Dodgers again?
No, not with Miles Michaels on the mound. Can't do it. Can't do it. You're going to give me Sonny Gray at plus 140, even though I don't like him. Sure. But if I haven't seen a more fugazi last couple starts than Miles Michaels, I don't know what have. Padres still can't hit. I don't care what anybody says. In Miami, I mean, it is what it is. I guess on the road they're better, but I mean, I'm not really worried about Miles Michaels pitching well against San Diego and Miami. Oh, and Washington, congratulations. He pitched well against Washington.
He's just been better at home too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. And the common denominator with those 3 starts is that they're all at home. So on the road against anybody with a
crush, dude.
Anybody on the road with anybody with a pulse, he's been absolutely throttled. Dodgers team total over 4.5. Actually, it's probably 5.5. I hadn't got to this game yet, but I was doing this while we looked. But yeah, Dodgers to score a whole bunch of runs.
Did St. Louis use any arms out of the bullpen tonight? Romero. Tell me Joe Romero threw 26 pitches. Please tell me that.
Jojo Romero only threw 19, and Riley O'Brien threw 6.
Okay.
Banda, Stewart, and Dreyer
I'm thinking
went out for.
I'm thinking about just laying the big juice with the Dodgers. Minus 184.
You're not even just going to play the -1 against Michaelis?
No.
I'm 100% in agreement with you, Sauce.
I'm betting a big favorite here. Another one.
I actually kind of like that. Let me double check on this Dodgers bullpen just to make sure that we have the major bums. They suck, but
they're fine.
At least they'll be available. That's it. Yeah. I'm down if you're down.
Yeah, I'm betting it right now.
All right. And just for the record, guys, Emmett Sheehan hasn't been very bad. He had that one bad start against Milwaukee, who, I mean, don't let Trevor hear this, but who's been a juggernaut, especially versus, for a while now. So, but besides that, Boston, Houston, San Diego, on the road in Colorado, San Francisco, he's been just fine. So, yeah.
I'm betting it right now. You can get minus 180 on Bet 365.
Yep, I was just about to say 365, 180. Yep. I might actually end up doing a Cubs and Dodgers moneyline parlay just for fun because I got both of them. Bet them both. Fuck it. Never mind.
So that sounds like the Trent special parlay tomorrow.
Yeah, but Trent does like 4.
That's true. He's always got backups. I would honestly go over. I mean, Sheehan, he only pitches like 4 innings at most in these games, and then Michaelis, he's due to fall back to earth for sure. And then tomorrow, I mean, wind is blowing out 5 miles an hour. It's going to be 76, nothing serious. But the Dodgers, they're come on, work. They've been one of their stadium's been one of the better over teams all season. 33 and 22 this season going over. At home, the Dodgers, I think getting Muncy back game 2, I think that'll really work out and start to get this offense clicking again. And then St. Louis, I know their offense isn't great, but I think they can get to Sheehan in this bullpen a little bit. Not to mention tomorrow is Hello Kitty crossbody bag giveaway day.
Ohtani homer,
huge giveaway. That game's still going.
No, Ohtani homer for Hello Kitty.
He said it like it just happened, though, didn't he?
Oh, sorry.
He did. I was like,
wait a second. I was like, wait a sec. I thought that ended.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the Dodgers score some runs. I think St. Louis can get some off of Sheehan in this bullpen too. But I mean, Wednesday is going to be a hammer spot for the Dodgers. You got Shohei Ohtani World Series giveaway. Friday's a Kobe Bryant bobblehead giveaway. The Dodgers have some good giveaways coming up. You know, I think there's going to be some extra juice in that. In the Vista there this coming week.
Someone said, Rant said, don't make money betting minus 190. Well, if the fair price is minus 215, then you do.
I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like we're
I have a
hitting
great record with them.
very high rate.
I've taken favorites of minus 170 or better, probably maybe 7 or 8 times this year. I think I only lost one.
Because I think it all started with like the Reds, if I'm not mistaken, or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah. We bet the
Remember
Reds at
that?
minus 170. It closed like minus 230. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Betting league stuff. Give me about 20 minutes. If you need me, hit me up. I'll be up for a while doing some college football stuff. Yeah, I'll let you know. Getting some stuff ready for the fall. I'm going to set it up where everyone gets the text message alerts for those of you that want to be alerted whenever I place a football bet. So I'll set all that up. I'll let you guys know when that's up. Yeah, nothing else. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.